Good afternoon. The purpose of this video is to do a side-by-side comparison of regular industry laminated cornerboard product versus Abzac's multi-patented multi-fold cornerboard. Quick description of both products. As you'll see in regular laminated product, the buildup of 4-inch paper to create a 2x2 with one single apex at the top of the board with exposed open edges which readily reabsorb moisture, and when placed under stacking and or strapping strength delaminate quite readily, which causes the need for, in typical cases, a thicker product. Whereas with Abzac's multifold board, we start with a core chip and then we wrap multiple layers around that core chip to create 3 individual apex points or beams, as opposed to a standard laminated board which only has one apex. In some cases you'll find a competitor that will laminate their product and then they will put a full wrap around it, but that tends to do very little in terms of overall board strength when compared to Abzac's multifold product. So what we're comparing today, just as a very standard easy test for description purposes, is we're going to test a laminated 2x2 130 wall versus a Abzac multifold 2x2 120 wrapped in both 2x2, and then what we'll do is we'll test it against a 1.5 in a 130 multifold, just so you get a good idea of what type of strength properties we're dealing with here in terms of the two different structures. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll place, and I apologize, I am doing the videotaping as well as the testing here, so this might get a little cumbersome, but we hope this testing will give you some ideas of the differences between the boards. So this tester is either hooked to an air tank, or in this case a 140 to 150 psi DeWalt air compressor with regulated hose, and this is a 3-point bend tester which mimics a 5/8 inch either steel or polyester polypropylene strap being applied to the product. Okay, so we put it inside of the tester, we tighten it down, and then we'll just simply read the PSI as the air is engaged. And so hopefully you'll be able to see that 40, 50, 60. So this is the 2x2 laminated 130 from a popular competitor here in the Pacific Northwest. And so that board broke at about 44 psi, about 44 psi. And again, that's very, very, very dry product that I've had for almost 7 or 8 months. So that's a very, very dry, very strong 0.130. So we'll go ahead and remove that product. That broke at about 44 psi. And so I will replace it with the Abzac multifold 120. And we'll go ahead and put that in the unit. And conduct the same exact test. Broke right around 58 to close to 60. So again, this is a 2x2 120 multifold, which averages somewhere in the tolerance of somewhere between 115 and 122, against a laminated 130 product that broke at about 45. I'm going to give it 45 psi. Very, very dry product, by the way. So moisture level probably around 5.5 to 6%. this moisture level of this board, which I just received samples, was about 6.5%, 7%-ish on a moisture reading. So just for comparison purposes, in showing the ability, what we've done in the San Joaquin Valley down in Monterey for the soft wet vegetable soft fruit market down there, is we've converted, because of the triple beam approach, which doesn't allow the product to twist, and I'll do a separate video on board twist as well as back strength, but because we have 3 beams instead of simply the standard laminated 1 beam structure, our board is about 30% less resistant to torsion or twist off of the edge. So we'll go ahead and conduct this quick test on the 1.5 in a 130, just to show that we can gain equal or greater strength with a 1.5, and if the triple beam doesn't want to twist, it doesn't want to walk off that edge. And that's where real cost savings can be achieved, is not only in down gauging, but first approach should really be to discuss the opportunity to perhaps wing reduce before reducing caliper. So let's go ahead and see what the results we get out of this 1.5, 130 multifold. So about 45 pounds in that 130, and it severed or snapped right down the middle. So that 1.5 snapped right in and around the same rating as that 2x2. So that's quite a feat. So again, with the triple beam structure, I'm going to go ahead and try to set up this phone to show what I'm discussing. Is because of the 3 beam 1, 2, 3, the board doesn't want to twist at the same rate as the standard laminated product wants to twist, and you can feel that product on the outer edge. As you compress that down, it wants to kind of give up the ghost on that edge and begin the delamination process, as you can see there on the edge. When you compress the edge, which is very, very difficult, try to compress the edge of an Abzac product, which is folded, completely folded out there on that outer edge, up and around, just as the diagram describes. It gives you much better, not only resistance to twist, about 30 to 40% less resistance to twist, it also gives you much greater stacking strength. If you have any questions with regard to the results of this test, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We look forward to serving you out of our Yakima facility here very, very soon. Thank you and have a great day.